Dan Williams, Survive Outdoors Wilderness Medicine, where we do videos on all kinds of stuff in the outdoors, and we teach you how to either treat yourself, when to get back to urgent care or base camp. And today, excuse me, we are going to talk about something that I am going to do something different. I'm going to ask my audience to share this video. And I have never, after 150 some odd videos, asked you guys to share, but it's that important, in my opinion. So let me give you a breakdown. I'm a physician assistant of over 40 years. I work solo in an urgent care clinic in northern Illinois in a town of about 20,000 people. So here's the breakdown. In the last 5 weeks, I saw 3 individuals that tested positive for Lyme. And then last week, I had a gentleman come in his early 30s, and he was up in northern Wisconsin and was camping for about 4 weeks. 2 of the people in his group got Lyme, and he wanted to be tested, and the only symptoms he had was he was feeling fatigued and wiped out and had some muscle pain. No joint pain, no rash, no fever, zip, nothing. Kind of an atypical presentation. And so, he wanted his blood drawn, and I said, I really don't think you have Lyme, but yeah, we'll go ahead and let's draw your blood. We drew his blood, and a few days ago, I get back this, and I get his Lyme test back, and it is overwhelmingly positive for Lyme disease. As you can see, there are all the antibodies that come back positive. So I obviously got a little panic-stricken, because now what we have 4 individuals in 5 weeks in a small clinic in northern Illinois, and 3 of these 4 individuals were at the same county, about 1 county just south of Lake Superior. And I'm like, okay, granted this is anecdotal, but this seems to me like statistically a lot. So I did a deep dive into, is Lyme disease increasing in Wisconsin? And we knew it was, but I didn't know personally about exactly how high that was happening. Now let me explain to you. When I grew up in southern Illinois, one of the things that we would do is we would camp and fish, and where would we go? Kentucky Lake, hop, skip, and a jump. Or we would go to southwest Arkansas. We would go out of state. What do a lot of individuals in northern Illinois? We get called flatlanders. We head north. When you get to about 3 hours north into Wisconsin, you're going to start seeing geographic land changing. You're going to see some larger hills. You're going to see a ton of pines. And the tick increases dramatically that we've seen. And I'm going to show you this map here. This map here shows you what counties have the most Lyme in it in Wisconsin. And there are a total of 72 counties in Wisconsin, and every single county has reported Lyme disease. So the 2 main ticks that we're talking about, well, the main tick we're talking about is Ioxides scapularis, and that tick, the black-legged tick, the deer tick, is the one responsible for Lyme disease. Now, its very close cousin, or brother or sister, is called Ioxides pacificus, and that's in Northern California, Oregon, and the west coast of Washington. And it does transmit Lyme. In doing this research, I found out that in 2013, the CDC pinpointed a new variant of Lyme disease, and that is not called Borrelia burgdorferi, but it's called Borrelia mayonii. Mayonii. And you get sicker with that one than you do the regular Lyme. Sicker how? You get intestinal problems, you get nausea, you get intense cramping, you get vomiting, you get diarrhea. I have yet to see one of those, but that is only in northern Minnesota and northern Wisconsin. So here's where it starts giving me cold chills. In 2023, May, University of Wisconsin in Maine threw out a study from 2021. There were 5,000 reported cases in Wisconsin, but it's predicted that it's 10 times that. And the reason it's 10 times that is because we're not catching everybody, obviously. So yesterday, I get a call from one of the county health departments in Northern Illinois, which is awesome because they asked me a ton of questions about age, where was the person at, how did he present, and did we treat him? Of course we did, and blah, blah, blah. So the county health department will report that to Springfield, Illinois. Springfield then will take that data and send that to the CDC. So Lyme disease has increased in the United States in the last 10 years, 357% in rural areas, mind-boggling, and about 60% in urban areas. That's a bunch. The treatment is, as we've talked about, is the doxycycline. You got to catch it earlier. I wanted to let you guys know that there is a new test being developed. This test for antibodies 2 to 3 weeks later. Soon, maybe early next year, there's going to be a CLIA wave test. I hope it's approved. We're going to find out in 10 minutes. That test will test specifically for the antigen, the actual bacteria. You'll come in an office, you'll get it checked, boom, you'll know, and you're out of there. So, why is this happening, and why northern Wisconsin and northern Minnesota? Well, okay, number one, we are testing more for it, obviously. Number two, the deer population is increasing, and it has to have that host prior to attaching onto a human. And the third thing, and probably the most important, as right now the temperature is almost 90, is all over the U.S. I mean, this has been going on off and on for years, off and on for years. When it dips low and it's cold, and everybody's, no, climate change isn't happening. We know poison ivy plants are getting larger. We know the ticks are increasing. We know that brown recluse spiders have literally come farther north from their southern indigenous areas. So we know from an animal/insect perspective, it is happening. And the other thing is ticks, they like temperatures from 45 degrees or above. If you look at the data on Wisconsin, like this chart here, this monthly chart, you're going to see that June and July were the highest reported, but every single month of the year in Wisconsin, there were ticks out. You have a warm winter, you're out there deer hunting, you can expect to possibly get a tick, not necessarily Lyme. So Lyme is becoming a huge issue, and that's why I'm asking you to share this, because the more we get this information out, the better you can protect yourself with permethrin on your clothes. And follow along, look at some of our other tick videos. I'll put those down below. Guys, I just wanted you to be aware. I was a little shocked about this increase. I knew it was increasing, but not to this degree. Stay safe, keep your eyes on the horizon. See you next time.